dominated the ads for this year's big game.
We're breaking down some unexpected athletes competing in Italy.
And this popular Syracuse fashion account is live here in studio.
Plus, roses are red, violets are blue. We have a holiday guide for you. All that and more, Unpeeled starts right now. Welcome to a brand new episode of Unpeeled. I'm Isabella Galan.
And I'm Rob Gabrik. We start our show with some somber news. Actor and star of Dawson's Creek, James Van Der Beek, has passed away at the age of 48. Van Der Beek announced he was living with stage 3 colorectal cancer in November of 2024. His official Instagram announced the news today with a statement saying he met his final days with courage, faith, and grace.
His wife, Kimberly, has posted a GoFundMe on her social media saying the cancer treatment for Van Der Beek has left the family in financial uncertainty. Our thoughts are with his family and loved ones at this time. This past weekend, some brands fumbled while others scored touchdowns at Super Bowl 60. Popular commercials included Squarespace with Emma Stone, Pringles with Sabrina Carpenter, and Pepsi's Polar Bear ad, which depicts a popular Coca-Cola mascot choosing a Pepsi instead.
I would too. Some companies spent upwards of $10 million for a 30-second ad compared to last year's high of $8 million. Now, while some commercials were successful, a lot of viewers were left disappointed. But possibly the biggest story of the night was the fact that almost a quarter of all ads shown featured AI in some capacity, leaving viewers with a lot of mixed reactions. Now, Isabella, I am also in that mixed reactions category. The AI was front and center. You could tell the de-aging technologies in a lot of commercials were right there in front of you. So I thought it was strange and overall kind of disappointed with the ads this year.
Bitcoin as well. I mean, what we just saw too with Coinbase. Everybody was super excited, including me and all of my friends. When we were watching, we said, karaoke, this is awesome. And we all started singing together. It was a great bonding moment. And then when we saw Coinbase on the screen, we all were like, what? Like, like this is so weird. And a lot of people took to social media saying the exact same thing. They were just really thrown off by how much AI and Bitcoin were just being pushed to the viewers this year.
Yeah, it was strange, but you know, we still had our highlights.
We did.
For sure.
We
I
did.
loved the Guy Fieri Bosch ad where, you know, he's going in there, Guy. So that gave me a good laugh. I like to say that. Anything you were a fan of?
I was a big fan of the Instacart one with Ben Stiller and Benson Boone. I love Benson Boone. We all know this. And Rob has been often said to be a Benson Boone lookalike.
People say. Yeah.
But it was fun to see them flip around, that's for sure.
Yes, they were. Now, from commercials to music videos, Taylor Swift officially released a music video for Opalite. The video follows Swift as a lonely woman attached to her pet rock until a magical Opalite spray leads her to a connection with actor Domhnall Gleeson.
The video leans into 90s rom-com nostalgia with retro dates and dance scenes and intentionally absurd humor. It also features quick cameos including Cillian Murphy, Greta Lee, Jodie Turner-Smith, Lewis Capaldi, and Graham Norton. I mean, what a lineup,
Good
Rob.
crowd. Come on now. I'm with it. I'm a fan. I loved it. I thought it was a great music video. You know me. I'm the biggest Taylor Swift fan out there.
Right.
Especially The Life of a Showgirl. That's my album. Opalite's my song. I thought it was a good video.
I'm going to disagree with you. It was not my favorite video of Taylor Swift. She is a great writer and producer, director of all of her music videos, but this one just was a little too out there for me. I was just kind of like, what am I watching at so many points? But I mean, it was fun, and that's what the song is all about. It's just being positive.
Star-studded cast too from her interview on the Graham Norton show.
Yeah.
That's kind of where she got the inspiration. We had Graham Norton himself, Cillian Murphy, my guy from Peaky Blinders, Mr. Tommy
Louis
Shelby.
Capaldi, hello.
Louis Capaldi. So he looks like my roommate. So now we've talked about Benson Boone and Louis Capaldi. We've covered everything here. I thought it was a good video, but I couldn't find it.
That's true. It was only originally released on Spotify and Apple Music at first, which is because that is what's going to boost streams, which then go towards the Billboard charts instead of YouTube, because YouTube doesn't count towards that anymore. And then it was released on YouTube 2 days later. So, I mean, eventually we got it, but took some time. Wonder to see if other artists follow suit.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of stars, a familiar late-night sketch comedy show is heading to the UK. Saturday Night Live will be premiering March 21st under executive producer Lorne Michaels, who is also the US creator. Just like the American version, SNL UK will have a different host each week alongside a new musical guest.
Now, although it is sparking major fan excitement, critics do worry if the exact format will be able to translate over into the British comedy culture. Lead producer James Longman is not worried. As he said, the cast is, quote, the freshest voices we have. They're bold, exciting, and of course, incredibly funny. Well, I hope they are, James. That would be good if they were. I'm a little wary of this one. I'm just not sure if the appetite really is there for, our generation with sketch comedy.
I'm going to disagree with you again slightly. I do think that SNL really does do well amongst Gen Z, especially when they post the clips on social media. But my thing is, how different is this really going to be compared to regular SNL here in the US? We have creators and musicians, actors coming over from the UK all the time on SNL here in New York City. So are we going to have US actors and celebrities going over to the UK? I'm just confused at how different these are really going to be.
And do we want it to be different? Do we want it to be the same? I'm not sure. And we could, incorporate some British humor. You and I both agree.
They have some great humor, I will say that.
The Brits are funny. They're funny across the pond.
But it's very specific taste of humor too. So I don't know if that's going to relate to a wider audience.
I'm looking forward to it. We'll watch them, of course. We'll watch.
For sure.
Come on now. But, I think they got some things to figure out for sure.
That is for sure.
And now for an update on Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie. On February 1st, around noon, Guthrie's mother was reported missing. She was allegedly abducted from her home in Tucson, Arizona, and has now been missing for more than a week.
Last week, 2 separate ransom notes were sent to a Tucson TV station, as well as a letter to TMZ. Yesterday, the FBI released security camera footage of a masked figure the morning of the incident. This afternoon, a person of interest was brought in for questioning, but was later released. There is still no official suspect. When we return, this Super Bowl performance celebrated more than just music and football.
And athletes from around the world are chasing gold at Milan Cortina. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Peelers.
To an excellent episode of Live from Studio B.
Big game has come and gone, but I'm still thinking about that halftime show. Our music reporter Elizabeth Gottlieb is here to break down Bad Bunny's 13-minute performance. Elizabeth, great to have you here. Now, what moments stood out to you during the halftime show?
Yeah, well, overall, it was just a celebration of Puerto Rico and its place in American history. But you've got to watch that halftime show multiple times to see just how many nods to Puerto Rican culture are in there. But it was also a celebration of love. A couple got married in the middle of the performance, and you later get to see them celebrating and dancing too. But a moment that particularly stood out was when Bad Bunny said the words, "God bless America."
Yeah.
That was the only time that he spoke in English throughout the entire performance. And immediately after that, he listed off all of the nations in North, Central, and South America, and even held up a football that said, "Together we are America." And finally, to end the performance. He had displayed at the Levi's Stadium Jumbotron the quote, "The only thing more powerful than hate is love."
Wow. Yeah, definitely powerful. And I think it definitely brought it all home together. But, what were some of the other reactions to the performance?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it was like a dance party and everybody was invited. And it really just showed how music is a universal language. But celebrities took to Twitter or X, like Casey Musgraves, and hey, even Elmo was involved in it. And they just shared their support and appreciation for the halftime show. But not everybody was a fan.
Yes.
President Trump did criticize the performance, saying it was, quote, a slap in the face.
Now, Bad Bunny did make for a strong headliner, but tell us about some of the surprise cameos that we had.
Well, Lady Gaga was certainly a surprise. She did a Latin-inspired rendition of her hit, Die With a Smile. But you have to look closely. There are a ton of celebrities that joined Bad Bunny on the field, like Jessica Alba, Karol G, Pedro Pascal, Alex Earl, and so many more. And Ricky Martin was there as well to do a song. It was just nice to see everybody there supporting the halftime show.
It was great. I was a fan. Thank you so much for being here, Elizabeth. Isabella?
Thanks, guys. Well, this year's Super Bowl is now officially in the rearview mirror, which means the Winter Olympics stands straight ahead. Here to break down some storylines just a couple of days into the Olympics is our sports reporter, Nathaniel Cunningham.
Yeah, thanks, Isabella. The Super Bowl is behind us, and as a Patriots fan, I'm glad. So now it's time to focus on an event that's a little bit bigger and a little bit better. Before we get to the good, though, we must start with some bad news. American alpine skier and three-time Olympic medalist Lindsey Vonn was airlifted out of her downhill event after a crash just 13 seconds in on Sunday. Vonn made headlines 9 days before the Olympics after she tore her ACL. Yet the skier's broken leg has nothing to do with the torn ligament in her knee, but rather a misjudgment downhill. Vonn said on Monday, quote, "My Olympic dream may not end the way I had dreamt it." She later added, "Despite that, I have no regrets." Sticking on the slope, when you think of Winter Olympic athletes, they usually come from Russia or Sweden or Norway. But what about Ireland? That's right, downhill skier Cormac Cummerfield became the 34th Winter Olympian to hail from the UK nation. Fellow Irishman Thomas Maloney Westgard competes in the skiathlon on Sunday as well. Italian-American Alessandro Barbieri is also bringing some flair to Milan. The 17-year-old halfpipe performer burst onto the scene just 2 years ago after consecutive podium finishes at the World Cup. The American flair is more than present, while the Italian power is what sets him up to succeed in Italy. Add those factors together, and well, you have a guy that they call the chef. And as I wrap up shop, how could I not mention figure skating? But it's for a reason bigger than just the triple axels or backflips. Two-time world champion Alyssa Liu went into retirement in 2022, but came back this year saying she was back, but on her terms, those of which have been advocating for immigrant rights. But she's not alone, big thanks to her teammate, Amber Glenn. The 26-year-old is making her Olympic debut this year after coming out as bisexual and pansexual back in 2019. She's now spreading that support in the LGBTQ+ community and in mental health. But not only do they have the biggest stage to show off their talents and push their message, but they also leave Milan with a little bit of hardware as well. And we're just a third of the way through the games, Isabella.
Thanks, Nathaniel. When we return, we're breaking down how Broadway goers can't get tickets for a popular show this summer. You won't want to miss it.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
welcome back to Unpeeled. Well, winter in Syracuse means sub-zero temperatures and endless snow. Students must find creative ways to stay warm while also showing off their unique styles. I'm joined by Julia from SUFits, which is a Syracuse-based fashion platform that highlights campus style, as well as our fashion and beauty reporter, Ella Castrolon. Thank you both. So I can't wait to get into this. But first, Ella, I have to ask, what winter style trends are we seeing right now?
Yeah, so first starting off with coats, definitely a necessity here in Syracuse. I've been loving all the different leather and bomber jackets, fur coats, and probably my most favorite return, trench coats. And celebrities are really having fun with this look, styling them as long or cropped, and even layering them with different bold prints and straight jeans, and even kind of a popped collar look, which I've been loving to see, and even with different accessories, all of the different bright scarves and ballet flats. It's all been super cool, and the different revival of different bag brands like Coach and Miu Miu.
Totally. And Julia, what are you seeing on Syracuse University's campus when it comes to winter style trends?
As it's been said, I've seen a lot of trench coats, lots of trench coats paired with big scarves, colorful scarves as well. And then also I've been seeing a lot of fur, whether it's on coats or hats or even headbands. That's been very trendy. And then also moon boots. Moon boots are coming back in style. And also monochromatic outfits, whether it be tan or brown or black, lots of monochromatic outfits.
I love an all black outfit. I feel like you can't go wrong, just like the one that you have on now, which is absolutely stunning. What trends do you both think that we will be seeing for the spring? Because I know we're still in the heart of winter right now, but I need something to look forward to.
Yeah, so I think we can expect a lot of those trends to continue, and even kind of the introduction of more elevated athleisure, which I'm super excited to see, and I've already gotten to see a lot from on the runway and different celebrities.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of embellished clothing. I think jeans, also shirts, that's going to be very trendy in the summer. And then also chains as belts, and then business clothing with casual aspects. So maybe blazers and jeans, or trousers and like a casual shirt. That's going to be very trendy. And then also maxi skirts.
I love both of those so much. Thank you both so much. Now I know exactly what to do for the spring season when it comes to my outfits. But Rob, I'm going to send it over to you.
Broadway's glittering hit Moulin Rouge is taking its final bow after 7 years. But the reason it's closing might surprise you. Here's Broadway reporter Kate Galanti to tell us the scoop.
Thank you, Rob. The curtain is closing for smashing musical success Moulin Rouge in July of 2026 after a 7-year run and 2,265 live performances. As one of the 21st century's most profitable and impressive productions, earning over 10 Tony nods, including Best Musical, it ends as the 36th longest running show in Broadway history. The show itself is known for its spectacular jukebox-style production value, featuring modern songs that audience members can proudly sing along to. However, viewers are raising a question. If Moulin Rouge is raking in all of the success and regularly performing to sold-out houses, why does the run have to come to an end? The real problem isn't about how good the show is, but how much money is poured into making it impossible to ignore. Moulin Rouge is among the most expensive Broadway productions, costing roughly $28 million to produce, mainly due to high-stakes licensing for over 70 pop songs. The show uses hits like Elton John's Your Song and Beyoncé's Single Ladies to tell the story of bohemians in a Parisian neighborhood trying to keep their nightclub alive. While these songs surely would have me moving in my seat, securing the rights for this music involves legal fees and negotiating with publishers, taking up a huge portion of the budget. This is a common theme, unfortunately, for jukebox musicals. 2010's Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, featuring U2 hits, was a commercial disaster, requiring massive weekly grosses just to cover its extravagant royalty costs. Ultimately, the curtain falls on Moulin Rouge not because it's lost its audience appeal, but because even the most spectacular productions have a lifespan on Broadway. While fans, including myself, are sad to see it go, the legacy of Moulin Rouge will keep shining for years to come.
Thanks, Kate. Last year's university phenomenon proves there is love in the air this holiday. We'll be right back on Peelers. Valentine's Day is coming quickly this year, and if you forgot to make that reservation or order those flowers, our lifestyle reporter Jocelyn Mejia has the solution for you. Jocelyn, it's great to be here with you. Now, I know it's right around the corner. What is the ideal restaurant to snag a last-minute reservation or table?
Okay, so for this one, I didn't want the typical pasta abilities or the typical pizza. I think everybody in Syracuse is a little bit sick of that.
Let's branch out.
So I took something a little bit further, Baldwinsville, New York. So it's about 20 minutes from campus. It's nothing too bad, but I definitely think it's worth the trek because they have a really versatile menu. It's American and Italian, but it's also affordable. So it's good for, you know, that younger couple that, you know, maybe doesn't want to splurge this Valentine's Day, but it also has brunch, lunch, and dinner available. So last minute, you can kind of go any time of the day. If you want to do something earlier in the morning, then something more like, you know, movie night at night, I feel like brunch would be really great. And why I loved it so much was they have a Galentine's Day brunch. So, you know, you can have mocktails with your friends. It doesn't have to be a couple situation all the time. So I think they have something for everyone there. So I definitely think Olive's Eatery is a place to be.
I'll definitely be celebrating my Galentine's Day there for sure. But what about those couples who don't want to be doing the sit-down restaurant experience?
I know, I'm definitely that kind of person. I kind of get a little bit tired of the sit down all the time. So one winter thing you have to do, I bet you can guess, ice skating.
Gotta do it.
If you haven't gone this winter already, you need to be there. So in Clinton Square, they actually have a super affordable ice skating. It's only $5 to actually get on the ice, and then only $5 to rent skates if you don't have any. So I feel like a $20 date, it's so fun. It's such a winter thing. Definitely go during the day though, than rather than at night in Syracuse for sure. But they also have a really cool paint and sip at the community center. So you get to paint wine glasses with your friends or your significant others, and then, you know, take a bottle of wine later home, and, you know, that's a great night to me. I don't know about you.
That works for me. I mean, these sound like all great options, but, you know, I'm more in the DIY camp, and I wish I had prepared more for you. This is your Valentine's Day present.
I love it.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What do you got for something special those DIYers?
I think what I got for something special is kind of the typical, I don't know, I get it from my parents every Valentine's Day, put a basket. I love it. It's a way to someone's heart for sure. You know, you fill it with their favorite candies. They like a specific scent, maybe a nice candle. I'm a stuffed animal sucker. I don't know about you. It's okay if you're not, but definitely those are things that make it special for sure. And I think DIY, I was scrolling through Pinterest, the cutest homemade flowers that you could just keep on your desk forever. And it can be paper, anything.
Well, I can't wait. It's going to be a great Valentine's Day. Isabella, over to you.
Well, love is definitely in the air after that, but it's also in the air on campus. Our Syracuse events reporter Tegan Brostrom sat down with a couple who met in a very special way.
With Valentine's Day just around the corner, college students have a lot of different ways to meet their special someone. And this couple was encouraged to meet because they were matched by an online survey.
We've been dating for how long? Fuck.
About a year and a half.
There you go.
Emily Ness and Max Latchett met in a way that was more than just a coincidence.
Well, we met via marriage pact.
This is like a needle in a haystack type of thing. I don't know one person who even still talks to their marriage pact match, and I know a bunch of people who filled it out.
There were around 3,000 Syracuse University students that filled out Marriage Pact in the fall of 2024. Through a survey, Marriage Pact finds students' best match on campus. And once they're matched, it's up to them to reach out.
Once it came out, I followed him on Instagram, and then I think you DM'd me, and it was like, asked for like what, my Snapchat or something, something dorky, and
I asked her to go, if she wanted to like go eat sometime, and then she said, how about coffee? And I said, yeah.
And Max hates coffee.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee.
While the matching isn't based on beverage choices, the couple gives all their thanks to Marriage Pact.
Seriously, no way on earth that we ever would have met otherwise, like not being in the same majors, not doing the same activities. Like I don't even see like Max on campus ever, like unless we're like trying to on purpose. Like we never run into each other.
And they encourage others to shoot their shot.
It's just one of those things where it's like a
You know, and sometimes Cupid just needs a little bit of help. Marriage Pact has so far made over 3,000 matches on 110 different college campuses, but it is unclear if it will be back at Syracuse University.
Well, thanks, Tegan. When we come back, we're breaking down how this popular annual competition featured some paw-amazing participants. You don't want to miss it.
Welcome to my house. Lately, not my happy place. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. The parents were not themselves. My little brothers were morphing into small creatures. The walls were closing in. Clearly, a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. And there's a lot of that going around right now. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It might not get you out of the house, but it could help you find a little more breathing room.
Feels like we were talking about it all show, but this past Sunday was one of the biggest days of the year for football fans as the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots faced off in the Super Bowl. The Seahawks came out of the game victorious, winning 29-13.
I'm tired of talking about those two teams because they weren't the only ones competing. The Puppy Bowl featured Team Rough versus Team Fluff competing to win the Lombardi Trophy. Team Fluff won 73-69. Beyond the puppies, there was a special halftime showdown between Team Oldies and Team Goldies, which showcased senior dogs.
So wholesome.
It's the best thing ever. I mean, Super Bowl season is Puppy Bowl season.
Oh yeah, and what was so great about it too was one of the dogs, Jessie, actually came from Helping Hounds right in Syracuse. We have a Central New York connection.
Yeah, and they film it in Glens Falls, New York, which is, just about 30-40 minutes from right around here. I mean, it's everywhere. So I'm happy to see some upstaters up here in the Puppy Bowl.
I have to ask, would your dog do good in the Puppy Bowl?
Remy was my favorite dog in the Puppy Bowl, but my dog Vinny would perform at the Puppy Bowl. I don't know if it's a good performance, a bad one. What about you?
Yeah, my two dogs, Raven and Frida, would be actually the worst participants ever. The teammates would absolutely hate them. But Remy was the cutest dog I think I've ever seen.
Is he up here? No Remy? That's okay. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have with you tonight.
Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to follow us on social media at Unpeeled_Syracuse and CitrusTV on X. I'm Isabella Galan.
And I'm Rob Gabrik. And from all of us here at Unpeeled, stay warm, Syracuse.